G2, or fourth space G, has a couple of different considerations when compared to the low G. Mostly the fingering's the same, where you play L1, L2, L3, R1, R2, R3. However, we do what we call half-hole technique, and we add our pinky on either the E flat key, like here with our left pinky, or the C sharp or D flat key with our left pinky. Each instrument's a little different. I find it most common that instruments work best if you use the E flat key, which is also called the resonance key, with our pinky. The reason for this is that G, the fourth space G or G2, is really, really sharp. And we have to press either one of those keys to help lower it in tune. Half-hole technique literally means that we're taking our left first finger and venting or opening the first hole by half the amount, okay? And you can explore that. You know, some people say, oh, you have to open it up about 3/4 of the way, but I think it's pretty close to about half the hole exposed. Now, because the bassoon doesn't have an octave key or a register key like the saxophone or the clarinet, this actually works as a register change for us on the bassoon. You vent this pitch, or you vent the tone hole, so when we half hole, it actually splits the tone and makes it an octave higher. When introducing G2 or fourth space G to your students for the first time, I recommend, based on success, to introduce them in this order. It is easiest to start on G2 or fourth space G and then to work your way down by step, as in the last three measures of this excerpt that's on your screen now. This is a quarter note. 1, 2. The reason this is the first method I recommend is because you get to establish the fingering for G2 at the beginning of the note without worrying about anything before it. So you establish the fingering and then you work your way down. The second method of playing G2 or fourth space G is to play your low G and then work your way up the octave, as in the exercise on your screen now. 1, 2, 3. Two important considerations when playing G2 or fourth space G and approaching it from notes below, whether it's a low G to a high G or a C below to the G. In either case, I want you to think about increasing the airspeed and keeping your embouchure the same. One of the things I don't like about the Pain book, which we play a lot out of in this class, is these terms that say bite it up, because that implies that we're going to alter our embouchure to produce this pitch. Good tone on the bassoon is going to come from air support, air speed, and a consistent embouchure. Okay. So when we're playing G2 or fourth space G, really concentrate on crescendoing all the way up into G2 or fourth space G, okay? This exercise that I'm putting on the screen, the first two measures really demonstrate that, and I will show you by modeling that to you now. In both cases, or both measures there, I increase the airspeed up to the fourth space G. What I don't do is bite the embouchure to help that. If you pay attention to my embouchure, it stays the same. It's nice and open, really drop here. Okay, keep that in mind as you're practicing G2 or fourth space G. The next method would be to introduce large leaps from below up to G2 or fourth space G, as in the exercise on your screen now. this method here. The last method, and the most challenging one initially, is to approach G2 or 4th space G by ascending by step, as in what you see on your screen now. The last step of reinforcing this concept in this new note of G2 is to play Kristen Wolf-Jensen's exercise that's on your screen now. You'll notice that it has a variety of approaches to G. It first starts off with the octave and then works its way down by step in the first line, and then in the second line we have an opportunity to play or approach this pitch from large intervals from below. Quarter note at 100.